Radical.
I got various WWE news and happenings to get into. The two things, though, I'll primarily talk about here is what's in the title. The Rock has a dramatic weight loss, and former wrestler AJ Lee made her triumphant return in Chicago. First off, though, on the left you see The Rock, who through the years seems to be packing on more and more and more muscle with the help of a strict diet, routine, and steroids. Definitely not steroids. There's not a lick of steroids in that gigantic hulking form of The Rock there in the photo to the left. In the right, though, you see, I don't know what I'm seeing here. Who's that guy? Who the hell is it? Does Rock have a close brother? Is that The Rock's accountant? Who is that? That's actually Rock. I saw this. I thought it was a joke at first. I thought it was one of the situations with AI where they take pictures and they take someone's head and they, Photoshop it into someone else's body. Because I was like, there's no damn way that scrawny ass motherfucker to the right is actually The Rock. Well, maybe he's not like scrawny looking, compared to like most people, but in no way, shape, or form is that a big hulking individual like the picture to the right, like the guy we've known for years as to be The Rock. So you might wonder what's going on. At first, I was worried that The Rock was ill and he was sick, that something was going on. But apparently, he has been trying to shed a lot of weight for a movie role of all things. Yeah, Rock's getting back into making movies because old Shazam did so damn well a couple years ago. Yep, old Hollywood Rock. But apparently he was in a Smashing Machine, which is a movie I think about a UFC fighter or something. It's got some buzz. It's got some Oscar buzz, I think. Something like that, whatever you say. So he's committing to this role, apparently, if I read correctly, where he's the lizard man or the chicken man. He either talks to lizards or chickens. Maybe he's got like a little mascot. Maybe it's the Geico lizard with the English accent and some shit. Maybe, I don't know. He's either the lizard or the chicken man. That's the movie. So he's trying to get really skinny and scrawny for that role. But is that healthy, though? Like, I've seen dramatic body transformations. Like Christian Bale, he was in a movie, The Machinist, where he was very emancipated. Whatever the word is. Super, super skinny. Nothing but skin and bones. And then he bulked up for the Batman movie. So I wonder if there's any evidence that that's really unhealthy for you to do. Well, it's not healthy to do, but if there's any long-term complications when you slim down, and then you have to go back to the steroids, natty working out regimen. But yeah, next up, I'm not sure how I clipped this, but I'm either going to go into just the AJ Lee stuff or various other WWE news. Quickly into recent events in WWE. Things I'm like paying attention to and focusing on, which is not a whole lot these days, but I always focus on any segment with R-Truth because it's usually interesting or funny and whatnot. And he's back to the funny character, which there's pluses and negatives to that. I don't think any of us was going to see a situation where R-Truth was going to be given a title run. So that's a little bit delusional for people to think that he was actually going to win a title. But I also didn't think that he'd quickly go back to being like just fodder for some of the big stars. And he was in the ring with, of all people, Brock Lesnar. And he was basically just meant to be fodder to show how strong Brock is. Which, well, I mean, you don't need to show that. But they had a funny segment in the ring where Brock Lesnar, who sounds not at all like a person that is jacked up 250 pounds of muscle or plus, he doesn't sound like that. He just sounds like a normal person. You know, it's really hilarious with Brock Lesnar is he sounds like a normal dude, maybe a little bit not gonna say not masculine, but he sounds like somebody that would answer a phone at tech support, computer tech support, not just somebody that gives people F5s all day, jacked to the gills. But him and R-Truth had a segment in the ring, which was actually pretty funny, where R-Truth was talking about how, yeah, John Cena's my brother. You know, he's my older brother. The joke, of course, being that R-Truth, when he was a little kid, he used to look up to John Cena. He used to look up to him, even though R-Truth is actually older than John Cena. Then Brock Lesnar kept asking, like, what, your brothers? Really? You know, brothers from a different mother, different father? And R-Truth was like, no, we got the same daddy. So it's funny, you know. I've always laughed at R-Truth, whatever he's doing in the ring. Of course, you know, he was fodder for Brock. Brock tricked him, gave him an F5. Another big situation, other than Brock coming back and challenging John Cena, is AJ Lee has returned. If you don't know who AJ Lee is, she was a big female wrestling star, I'd say about, 10, 12 years ago. And she aligned herself with CM Punk, and then she married CM Punk, and she's still a cutie. She's still a cutie. She still, skips around the ring, has her old shtick. I think still the same music. This was in Chicago, and she got the biggest response as she returned in Chicago. And what's going on with Seth Rollins is he's married to Becky Lynch, so they definitely have some kind of a tag team match in the future. But Seth is having a feud with CM Punk, and now his wife Becky kept slapping CM Punk around, and he can't do anything because he says he doesn't hit women, but here's somebody that actually can. So she basically scared the shit out of Becky Lynch, which is funny because AJ Lee is not even a foot over. She's not even an inch over 5 feet tall, I don't think. So she's really diminutive, and Becky Lynch is not much bigger, but I just didn't understand how Becky Lynch was like cowering in fear of the all-powerful AJ Lee. So, she gives her some Lou Thesz presses like Stone Cold Steve Austin would. Gives her a big slap. I don't know much about AJ Lee and her moveset, but that was a big deal. So she's back. Although WWE in the past would not leak something like that happening. You know how they leaked that happening? Somebody asked about if AJ Lee merch would be available at the shop, and basically the shop responded and said like, yes, there will be merch available in combination with her big upcoming return or something like that. So the shop basically revealed that she was going to be at that show.